Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. It's Kaylan Alex. If you're new here, welcome. Go ahead and subscribe. And if you're returning, thank you so much for tuning in. So guys, as you can tell by the title, we're doing a Chanel unboxing. Now I know my girl has been in the headlines for all the wrong reasons, but in my defense, this was pre those headlines. And I was like, well, what better time to discuss than with an unboxing? So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into the unboxing, and then we're gonna chat about what's been going on. Okay, so I have two things that I want to share, two things that I love so much. One item I have mentioned that I wanted before, so this is actually a wish list check off, and then the other is just me, like typical Kaylan, right? So let's start with the first item. This item I actually purchased from Neiman Marcus, and it is a Chanel item. The only reason why I hate shopping in like the department stores like that is because sometimes you don't get the bag and all the glitz and glam that comes with it, but we move. So as you can tell, this is a pair of sunglasses. Oh, I didn't even know they give you all of the books and stuff. Well, I hope so. Anyways, so this is a pair of sunglasses that when I seen, I was like, I had to have. And they are these retro style sunglasses. We can go ahead and take this off, child. Just so me. When I first seen these, I was like, you know what? These got my name written all over them. And at the top of them, they have this little detailing in nude, like a nude color that says Chanel. Tell me this is not me. Like, they just fit so well. And honestly, they kind of match what I have on. I don't know, for some reason when I see these in like this like Nautica, is that how you say it? Nautica style shirt, I think of like Saint-Tropez or like, you know, somewhere the coast of France. Like, I don't know, it just gives me those boating vibes. It's probably the shirt. With the retro style sunglasses, I just feel like it's just a whole mood by itself, and I just love them with my hair. I just feel like it matches and it goes so well. And then the Chanel detailing at the top just makes it like simple but like a statement. Just so cute. And when I first seen them, I was like, I know I'm gonna love these. So I'm very excited nonetheless to have these in my collection. I feel like they're perfect for the summer and just like vacation. I don't know, for some reason I think of vacation or like the beach when I see these. Nonetheless, love these for me. And the sunglass case, I don't know, every time I see this, I'm like, I want this as like a wallet. Like, this is such a nice sunglass case. I know it's like a sunglass case, like what? But look how, like, this is very much so Chanel with the, you know, like velvet inside. Very much Chanel. So this was the first item. The next item, I honestly, regardless of the headlines, I could never get over this packaging. Like these boxes with this cornelia, the only flower that I want and like, I just, with the bow, I can't. So anyways, let's start. So here we are. I don't want to unbox it. I don't want to open it because it's like always so perfectly wrapped, but we move. Okay, I'm gonna just untie this, and I saved this, guys, just for you all. Here's the pouch. Still got the tag, 23p. How cute is this? It's a belt bag. Now, I have wanted this little belt bag for the longest time, but I was like, you know the drill. You put it on the wish list, you see if you want it in like a year, a few months time. If it's still heavy on your heart, then you might as well just go ahead and get it because it's not going anywhere. And this is one of those things. So I was like, you know what? I've been wanting this. Let me just reach out to my advisor and see if it's available in the store. He said, yes, come get it. I was like, say less. So let's just go ahead and take off the plastic. Well, not all of it. We're gonna keep some of it on. Anyways, so this is the belt bag. I just think this is super cute. It is very small. Well, you know, it's like a card holder basically. It fits like your cards. It does have enough space in the inside to fit like a small a lip gloss. You know, the smaller size ones, it can fit. I'll show you guys what all can fit in here, but it is essentially just a wallet on a belt. It is a belt bag, just like a wallet version, and I think this would be so perfect for me, especially with the babies. I'm still carrying, like, you know, like her diaper bag, and I don't like to carry a whole bag and her diaper bag. I usually just put my stuff in my Louis Vuitton toiletry bag and just go. But sometimes I want to actually wear a purse or something small, and I just think this is perfect. It's also perfect for like concerts or sporting events, things like that, where you know, there's that size restriction with the bag, and I still want to like look cute and not just have, you know, and have something cute on. So I think this would be perfect. I have already had so many different outfits that this will be perfect for. I love the chain on the belt. It does have the, you know, CC logo. It does have I believe three notches. Yes, 3 little loops for you to fit into. So depending on where you want to wear it, it has different notches for that space. So it honestly, it does fit, you know, it does have a little versatility in terms of fit. I don't know that this comes in any longer of a chain. It's kind of like this one and done, which is kind of like sad, because I wish that you could alter the chain or have it like, I don't know, a longer option. That way you can always have something to hang, because if you're on the last loop, which is typically where I wear it because of how low I want it, you only get this part that hangs, which is not a whole lot. I would prefer it to hang, you know, about this much, and you guys will see what I mean. That is the only like drawback, in my opinion, for this bag. But other than that, it is perfect, the perfect like little belt bag. And I feel like this is like a timeless piece. We've seen the belt bags, you know, be super trendy over the last few years, but also like the vintage ones, they've always been around. Like these type of, you know, cute little belt accessories essentially are timeless to me, and I feel like they add that personal like touch to an outfit that like takes it up a notch. So in like 10 years from now, if you want to wear this as like a belt, you know, it can still be worn that way, but also you can carry like a bigger bag if you want to house like your phone or, you know, those extra accessories, and this is basically just another accessory that you're wearing. So I feel like it comes with a little bit of versatility in terms of that, and it's just like a good timeless piece to have. I just thought it was so cute, and I have been wanting this in my collection for the longest time. So it does not come off. The loops do, I mean the loops, the chain does, it is functional. It comes in and out of the, you know, the holes or whatever, but in terms of it actually coming off and you being able to wear just the belt on its own, that is impossible, just because it would have to go through these loops, and the buckle nor the CC charm is gonna fit that. So yeah, it's basically, you're stuck. You're stuck with this on the bag, which that's what it's made for. So love this for me. I actually funny enough, I purchased this before the increase. I'm not sure if since the increase this particular item has gone up. I do know that pretty much everything went up with the increase. So let's talk about the increases with Chanel right quick, because it's getting hard to defend, sis. Like it is truly getting hard to defend Chanel, and I am a Chanel girl. I have always been a Chanel girl, like since I was younger. Like that has been my girl, but it's getting hard to defend her, because I'm like, we continue to go up in price. We see the obvious quality control issues, and then we see this like, I don't know, this like competition with Hermes, and it's just like, what are we doing here? Right? So I don't know. I see both sides to it. I feel like the biggest part with the constant and significant increases is the want for exclusivity. We've always known Chanel to be one of those top tier brands that like only certain people was, you know, really going to buy, and you know, there's this prestige around it, right? But as of recently, people have been making more money. And not everyone, I'm not saying that everybody is just, you know, loaded with money and everybody's just doing all this stuff. But realistically, we're in a time where more people have more access to money, and that is just point blank period. So with that, people have more disposable income, and people are going to those brands that were in the past only for like the who's who that could shop there. Now you're seeing the average person, how it should be, being able to go into these boutiques and purchase things, which I think is a great thing. I feel like it's a good thing, but in terms of actually being able to purchase, it's becoming like almost impossible because these increases. So I think there's that big thing of exclusivity, and then you have the resale world purchasing the bags, upselling them. So then that takes away from the profit margins of the brand when you see people willing to pay 2 times the bag price for an item that they could get in a store. You know what I mean? Chanel's also one of those brands who doesn't typically re-release the same things. Like they may release the same like overall silhouette or type of item, but in terms of colorway and like actual design, they usually switch it up each collection. So it's hard to get the same pink from each selection, right? So, I mean, each collection, right? So I feel like when you see a reseller purchasing that collection, you know, that color from that collection, reselling it for 2 times the price that they paid for it, and then someone buying it, the brands are like, wait a minute, you mean to tell me people will pay that? Okay, so why not increase my original price if people are still gonna pay it, right? So I feel like there's that thing. So that in comparison to the exclusivity, it just makes a recipe for uptick in price originally, right? And I feel like it kind of it's kind of wild because we're living in a time where we can say, I remember when you can get a Chanel bag for $4,000 or $5,000, you can get a classic flap for $4,000 or $5,000. Now we've seen those prices 10 times, you know, in the last 3-4 years, right? So we're not used to seeing the huge increases at one time, but it's the nature of the game when you talk about exclusivity. So I do feel like the biggest drawback with it is the fact that the quality hasn't been maintained, right? Vintage Chanel, in my opinion, is like superior to new Chanel. And that's relative, right? That's relative to the item of, you know, the upkeep of it and that specific item and how it was made. But overall, vintage Chanel, the older Chanel collections have been way more thought through in terms of quality, and I feel like we wouldn't necessarily make such an issue about it if the quality matched what the increase would be, right? Because I hear a lot of talk about people saying, you know, instead of me paying this $9,000 for a classic flap, I'd rather take that money and go to Hermes and play the Hermes Birkin game, right? But my caveat, or like me being devil's advocate right there, is I feel like people spend money on what they want. If you're gonna spend $9,000 on a bag, whether it's Chanel or Hermes, you're gonna spend $9,000 on a bag. So I don't really care for the conversation of I'd rather go spend it here than here. If you want this, then get that. If you want that, then get that. I feel like the other side of that, which I get, is that the quality doesn't match me paying X amount over here as it does over here. Now, I don't know, but I'm just gonna like throw something wild out there, and that maybe we will see an increase in quality with the increase in pricing when it comes to Chanel. And I say that because not as many people will be buying the brand, number one, or those specific items, because it's mostly the uptick on the classic flaps, right? So I feel like we won't see as many people just going to buy them as they were before, which will make them want to focus more on the quality of those items, right? So in a weird way, I feel like they're trying to deter us from shopping and from buying these items so that they can maintain their exclusivity, increase the quality, and it all balances out within a few years' time. I also kind of want to note that a majority of the quality control issues that I've seen have been from non-classic flap bags. So I don't really know what that is about, but a lot of the items that I've seen have those quality issues haven't necessarily been the classic flaps. Now, do not get me wrong, by any means, classic flaps have been having stitching issues, the cuts have been uneven. Like I've definitely seen those, but a lot of the major hardware, the discrepancies in the leathers and stuff have been from the newer ones, but I've also seen them with the classic flaps. So I don't want to like say that it's not been any classic flap issues. There have, but I feel like they want to stop us from purchasing classic flaps so that they can maintain that exclusivity, get up to the Hermes, you know, game, and increase the quality. I don't know, but that's what it seems like. I feel like their model is what they're trying to model after the Hermes. Their classic bags are a game that you have to play to get, and they're like the top tier bags of that line. So I feel like Chanel is trying to move to that same model. The classic flaps being the top tier brand, the top tier collections, and then the other bags that they want is where they're trying to push us to go towards so that they can maintain that exclusivity of their classic bags. It's no problem going into the boutiques and getting like a belt bag or getting a phone holder or a SOG or something like that. It's no problem going into there. We see the biggest issue surrounding the classic flaps. So it leads me to believe that they want us to stop buying them. They want us to stop buying them to maintain like how many we see on the streets, right? I just feel like maybe eventually we'll see the quality increase. But at that point, who's gonna really trust the brand? Who's gonna trust that they have increased the quality? Now, there are people like me who are just loyal to the brand who will still shop. I don't know about the classic flaps, child, but I don't know, maybe down the lines or something like that. But there's still people like me who are just loyal to the brand and will still shop it within reason. So that is kind of like the other side to it. I feel like if it's an item that, I'll use me for an example. If it's an item that I actually really want and don't mind spending whatever the price tag is on it, I'm going to purchase it, right? And there's so many other people like that, regardless of how much we moan and groan about it. If it's an item that we like and we don't mind spending the money on it, we're going to make it happen, right? We're going to purchase the item because we like the item, not just because of, what the vast majority is saying. Do I think it's terrible that they're making us see the dramatic increases? I do, but at the same time, if we're gonna continue to shop it, we're gonna complain about it, but we're still gonna shop it, they're gonna keep doing it. So really, why am I complaining about it? If I'm gonna keep doing it and they're gonna keep doing it, why are we gonna complain about it? You know what I mean? That's just how I feel about it. And like I said, it does just like kind of make you want to it makes you a little uncomfortable seeing the dramatic increases, but I guess it's the name of the luxury game, like they want to maintain the exclusivity. They want to maintain where their products are going, and this is their way of doing it. They're showing us exactly what they mean. We have no choice but either get on the bandwagon or go home. And even with this increase, I think it was pretty dramatic because I went into the store the day before of the increase and I had no knowledge of the increase. But I had just like scrolled on Instagram and seen the rumors of it taking effect. And so I was like, it's probably going to be an increase, but whatever. I get into the boutique and my advisor is like, we're having an increase like tomorrow. Like as I'm walking in, they're changing the tags on all of the items. And I was like, this is weird. But yeah, apparently it was super quick and it was on everything. So one of the items that I was looking at was gonna jump up like $100 and it was like a SOG. And I was like, that's crazy because I wouldn't pay the original price for this item, much less the increased amount for this item. That is just wild. But like I said, if it's something that we truly like, for those of us who are just loyal to the brand, or if you're not, if it's something that you just truly like and love and want, and you don't mind spending it, you're gonna spend it. If it's something that you can't, yourself can't justify spending that much for that item, we're not gonna purchase it. And that's just gonna be that. So yeah, I'm very excited nonetheless to have purchased these items before the increase again, because I don't know what they've increased to now. I do get all of my money's worth in terms of wear, cost per wear, check for me. I'm very excited about wearing these items. I'm probably gonna wear them today. But anyway, that is gonna be it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think about the increases. What are your thoughts and viewpoints on it? Because I enjoy a little, you know, conversation about these things, because there's so many different perspectives. So let's chat about it in the comments. Let's keep it cute. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, drop a comment down below, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get a notification when I post again, and I will see you in the next video.